Hello everyone. Welcome to the third lecture of lesson 8 of your main reader, Hornbill Silk Road. In this lecture, I am going to take up all your NCERT questions which are quite vivid and extensive, covering almost all the topics and a few extra questions. So let's, without wasting time, straight away start with the question answers of Silk Road. Give reasons for the following statement. This is your NCERT question. The article has been titled Silk Road. The title Silk Road is apt. I told you the meaning of apt is appropriate. The route that has to be taken to do Kora is a walk around Mount Kailash, is the road which was taken by the merchants and travelers of China, Tibet, India and Afghanistan. They use this route to trade silk, perfumes, spices and dry fruits to the European countries. तो यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में एशिया की कौन सी कंट्रीज, तिब्बत, चाइना और इंडिया एंड अफगानिस्तान से ये जो सामान एक्सपोर्ट किया जाता था, खास तौर पे इस सामान के ट्रेड के लिए, स्पाइसेस, परफ्यूम्स, ड्राई फ्रूट्स और सिल्क के ट्रेड के लिए जो सा रूट हम यूज करते थे मर्चेंट्स और ट्रेडर्स, उस रूट के ऊपर ही उसी रूट का एक पार्ट है जो माउंट कैलाश की जो एक पिलग्रिमेज है, जो परिक्रमा है, जो ट्रैक है करते हैं. इसीलिए इस चैप्टर का नाम जो ऑथर है निक मिडल्टन, उन्होंने सिल्क रोड रखा है. Tibetan mastiffs were popular in China's imperial courts. Tibetan mastiffs have big jaws. That's the first reason why they were kept very popular in China's imperial courts. Secondly, they are ferocious. They were popular in China's imperial courts as they proved to be good hunting and guard dogs. Due to their swiftness and focus. We have to mention all these points about the Tibetan mastiffs to be able to write a complete answer. We have to talk about their big jaws, their ferocity. We have to talk about the fact that they had good focus, they were very swift and they were that is why they were good hunting and guard dogs, right? Let's move on to the next question. The author's experience at Hor was in stark contrast to earlier accounts of the place. This is an important question. Hor और Hor की description और वो क्यों मतलब एक contrast था for the author, ये एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा important question है, popular question है, examiners का favorite question है. So Hor and उसकी description is very important. So please do it thoroughly when you are preparing for the examination. The author found Hor to be a horribly dirty town. It had dust, rocks and garbage around. It was a stark contrast to the descriptions of earlier travelers that he had read. जो पहले पढ़ा थे उसका बिल्कुल ही opposite था ये जो होर का टाउन है, जो पढ़ के आए थे, जो सोच के आए थे, जो इमेजिन करके आए थे, उससे बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क था. In 1900, a Japanese monk, Eikai Kawaguchi, was moved to tears by the sanctity of the lake. Sanctity means purity of the lake. इतना प्योर लेक था, उसको देख के वो एकदम से इमोशनल हो गए और रोने लग गए. A Swede, Sven Hedin, was also moved by the picturesque waters of the सरोवर. इतने सुंदर है वो पानी, इतना उसका ब्यूटी है उस लेक की कि वो बहुत ज्यादा ओवरवेल्म हो गए. Nick suffered a rude shock because all his expectations of seeing a divinely beautiful place were shattered. What he thought was something very divine, something very beautiful, something out of the world, बहुत सुंदर कुछ देखने वाले हैं, लेकिन वहां पर ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था. वहां पर क्या था? वहां पर डस्ट, रॉक्स एंड गार्बेज के ढेर थे. एंड वी हैव टू रिमेंबर कि दो लोगों की बातें, दो लोगों के एक्सपीरियंस पढ़ के आए थे. जापानीज मॉन्क एकाई कावागुची के और स्वेन हेरन के. इन दोनों के एक्सपीरियंसेस को वो पढ़ के आए थे. राइट, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. The author was disappointed at Darchan. Darchan पर आकर disappoint होने के लिए there were many reasons, right? So if you people have access to other resource books या कहीं और आप पढ़ते हो या कहीं और से आपने इन आंसर्स को देखने की कोशिश करी, तो one thing that I have noticed is that usually, I don't know why, people talk about only one aspect, one problem that the author had at Darchan. They don't talk about all the problems. He had many problems there in the answers. So please be very careful and cover all the points in your answer. Only then will you be able to write an ideal answer. So I am there to help you out. I am here to tell you how to write all the points in this answer, which will give you full marks in your exams, right? So the author was disappointed at Darchan because firstly he couldn't sleep on the first night in Darchan. That was the first reason why he was disappointed. He couldn't sleep properly. And the reason of not sleeping properly was that he couldn't breathe properly. Nostril band ho gaye the. He couldn't sleep and had a problem of breathlessness. Secondly, the surroundings were rustic and dirty. They were not very beautiful. Darchan was also a very, very dirty kind of a place. Thirdly, he couldn't find any pilgrim. He could not find any company. That was his problem. जब तक नॉर्बू नहीं मिला था, तब तक he had a problem that how will he continue his journey ahead. Fourthly, communication was a problem. He could not understand others, others could not understand him. अगर एक सिंपल सी बात पूछनी है कि आगे रास्ता जो है वो साफ है या नहीं, आगे मौसम कैसा है, इतना भी वो नहीं किसी से पूछ पा रहे थे. इतनी भी लैंग्वेज उनको लोगों की समझ में नहीं आ रही थी. So communication was also a problem. That is why at Darchan he felt really disappointed. So you need to mention all these 4 points. Some I don't know, people mention only the first point, सिर्फ उनकी तबीयत के बारे में लिखते हैं. कुछ लोग सिर्फ इस बारे में लिखते हैं कि उसके पास कंपनी नहीं थी. लेकिन सारी बातों को कवर अप करा हुआ मुझे आइडियल आंसर कम मिलता है. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम hell bound that I should explain each and every point to all of you, that each and every answer should point should be a part of your answer. Next question. The author thought that his positive thinking strategy worked after all. The author thought about his positive thinking strategy worked after all. He finally decided to continue his journey and complete it. This is when he thought that his positive thinking is working. Earlier he did think कि अब शायद जर्नी को आगे कंटिन्यू करूं या ना करूं, लेकिन ज़्यादा ऑप्शंस नहीं थे, उनको कंटिन्यू करनी ही थी. बट जब फाइनली डिसाइड कर लिया, दैट वाज अ टाइम व्हेन ही फेल्ट दैट ही वाज थिंकिंग पॉजिटिवली. in the company of Norbu. He faced many physical obstacles. His health wasn't too good. He overcame language barrier and loneliness. All these show that he had a positive mental attitude which helped him in undertaking the pilgrimage. In spite of the language barriers, in spite of the fact that he wasn't in a very good condition, health condition, in spite of the fact that he wasn't very well equipped for the pilgrimage, सामान कम था, गरम कपड़े कम थे, still ही फिजिकल ऑब्स्टिकल्स बहुत आ रहे थे, जो खुद एक्सपेक्टेशंस थी रास्ते के बारे में और जगह के बारे में, वो भी सारी पूरी नहीं हो रही थी. तो शॉकिंग था बहुत वहां जाके उनके लिए. स्टिल वो जर्नी के लिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. सो दिस शोज दैट ही हैड अ पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट. राइट, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. These are also your textual questions only. Briefly comment on the purpose of author's journey to Mount Kailash. The author liked to go for trekking to far off places. He wanted to do a Kora, that is a pilgrimage to Mount Kailash, which is of significance to the Hindus and Buddhists. He also felt that the journey would act as a self-help journey, a program in positive thinking. So if he takes up this journey, he will be able to actually take up a program in positive thinking. उनकी positive thinking जो है वो बढ़ जाएगी. पॉजिटिवली थिंक करने की जो कैपेसिटी है वो इंक्रीज होगी इफ ही टेक्स अप दिस जर्नी. He felt that this particular pilgrimage is very important for the Buddhists and the Hindus, so he should take up this trek. And he also wanted to explore far off places with extreme climates. तो भी उन्हें लगता था कि ये वाला एक एरिया है जिसको एक्सप्लोर करना चाहिए, and that is why he took up this trek. Let's move on to the next question. The author's physical condition at Darchen. Now see, when the question talks about the physical condition, so you will talk about only the physical problem of the author. But in the previous question that I was talking about and I discussed with all of you, the author was disappointed at Darchen. Here you don't have to talk about only the physical part, you have to talk about all the aspects. Right? So I think I'm a little bit clear as to what is the difference between the answer of this question and the answer of this question that we are going to do just now. The author suffered from a very bad cold in Darchen. He had extreme difficulty in breathing as his nostrils were blocked. He felt extreme discomfort due to lack of oxygen. एक तो वैसे ही atmospheric oxygen कम थी. Secondly, because of this problem, his nostril got blocked. तो all the more lack of oxygen was there in his body. तो उनको सच में breathe करने में बहुत problem हो रही थी. He couldn't sleep as he couldn't lie down. The moment he used to lie down, फिर से उनको जो उनका नाक है वो बंद हो जाता था. His chest felt heavy and he spent a sleepless night. पूरी रात he could not sleep. He felt that if he will sleep, he might never wake up. And the moment he tried to lie down, उनकी chest बहुत भारी होती थी और सांस बिल्कुल नहीं आती थी. तो पूरी रात उन्होंने जाग कर निकाली. That was his physical condition in Darchen. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The author's meeting with Norbu. The author felt quite relieved to find Norbu. He found a companion in Norbu for the pilgrimage. He could overcome his loneliness. They struck a conversation in a cafe. He was an academician. He was writing academic papers about the Kailash Kora but had never undertaken it. So, and this is an important question, that how did the author meet Norbu and how did he feel after meeting Norbu? He felt that his loneliness will now be reduced. He has got a companion. Both of them, though, were not doing the Kora for a very religious person, for a very religious reason. They were doing it just out of curiosity. So, after meeting Norbu, the morale of Nick, the author, that also increased quite a lot. He felt very relieved. Next question. Seaton's support to the author during the journey. Seaton proved to be quite helpful to the author during the journey. He was a thorough professional. He was familiar with the area. He knew the problems that they could face on the way. So he was very experienced. उसे सब पता था कौन सा शॉर्टकट है, क्या रास्ते में ऑब्स्टिकल्स आ सकते हैं, क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती हैं, उनका क्या सोल्यूशन है. He knew even this. He took the author through the shortcut to avoid snow at Changtang. This question can be set in the form of the character sketch of Seaton also. And you all need to understand this, that when you are writing the character sketch of any character, apart from giving adjectives, like we have talked about the fact that he was helpful during the journey, he was a thorough professional, he was familiar with the area. At the same time, I have to give evidence from the text. I have to tell the examiner that I have read the text carefully. मुझे पता है कौन सी चीजें, कौन से इंसिडेंट्स की वजह से सीटन एक प्रोफेशनल प्रूव हुआ, कौन सी चीजों की वजह से, क्या उसने करा जिससे वो क्वाइट हेल्पफुल प्रूव हुआ. ठीक है. So the first evidence from text that I have given is here. He took the author through the shortcut to avoid snow at Changtang. He was very experienced. He drove very well on all the sharp bends of the mountains. He covered the snow and tires with mud. This is again from the book. Before crossing the road covered with स्नो, जहां पे स्नो थी वहां पे मिट्टी डाल के उसकी स्लिपरीनेस को खत्म करने की कोशिश करी. He checked the fuel tank and tires for pressure regularly. He was very caring and responsible. का एविडेंस क्या है? He took his client, the narrator, to the medical college and remained with him till he recovered completely. Right? So these are the points which you all can write even when you are writing the character sketch of Seaton. While writing the character sketch, apart from giving your perspective, you will also give evidence from the text. If in your exam you are giving only the evidence and not the explanation or the adjectives, you will lose marks. If you are giving the adjectives for the character and not giving the evidence, again you will lose marks. You have to club the answer, give the adjectives and the evidence from the text to score complete marks in any answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. As a Buddhist, it's here, he told me he knew that it didn't really matter if I passed away, but he thought it would be bad for business. This is also very important. Who said these lines? These lines were spoken by Seaton. Seaton meant that as a Buddhist, it didn't matter to him if he died, as firstly, whom does he refer to? If the author. As firstly, the Buddhists believe in the life and journey of the soul, not the body. They don't believe in the journey of the body, they believe in the journey of soul. तो अगर बॉडी ली फॉर्म नहीं भी रहेगी तो बुद्धिस्ट बिलीव करते हैं कि लाइफ जो सोल है वो अपनी अगली जर्नी पर आगे बढ़ जाएगा. So it doesn't really matter if Nick died. Secondly, it is an auspicious place to die if he dies somewhere near Mount Kailash, somewhere near Mansarovar. इस एरिया में आके if he dies, it is very auspicious as per the Buddhist mythology. But it would certainly affect his business. Of course, उसके business के ऊपर जो है बहुत नुकसान होगा. Of taking pilgrims for Kora safely, people would be scared to take such long and dangerous ट्रैक्स. अब लोग ऐसी ट्रैक्स को नहीं अंडरटेक करेंगे क्योंकि लोगों को डर लगेगा कि यहाँ पर देयर इज अ थ्रेट टू लाइफ, लोगों की जान को खतरा है, डेंजर है. सो people will not take up such journey. So that is why he did not want the author to die. What did the author notice in the vast open plains after leaving Ravu? Up till now, I have done all the question answers, NCERT question answers with all of you. I've discussed all of them. Now I am taking up extra questions, and these extra questions again will be set in the examination to see that you all have read the text thoroughly. Apparently, they are very simple questions, very direct questions, but you will be able to answer them only if you have read your text carefully. कि रावू से आगे क्या देखा उसने प्लेन्स में, अगर आपने चैप्टर केयरफुली नहीं पढ़ा हुआ तो आप इसका आंसर नहीं लिख पाओगे. ठीक है. सो जस्ट टू गिव यू एन आइडिया कि कहाँ कहाँ पे क्वेश्चन फ्रेम हो सकता है, आई हैव फ्रेम्ड द क्वेश्चंस फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. The author noticed that the open plains had only one dry pastures. He then noticed a few gazelles nibbling grass on those pastures. When the plains grew stonier, great herds of kayangs could be seen moving together. He saw lonely drokbas with their cattle. These were the things which he saw on the plains when he moved from Ravu. Pehle he saw the dry pastures, then he saw gazelles there, then he saw a group of wild asses there, and then he saw on the stonier areas जहाँ पे grass थोड़ी और कम हो गई थी, he saw the drokbas. They were tending to their flock, they were tending to their cattle, अपनी गाय भैंसों का और अपनी sheep का और goat का और इन asses का, wild asses का ध्यान रख रहे थे. Let's see the next question. Here it is. Why did the author complain of headache and how did he get relief? The author was not accustomed to travel at such high altitudes. He took gulps of water from his water bottle. He felt better when their car started moving down the pass. So at such high altitudes, due to moving sickness and due to sickness of mountain probably, he was having a very bad headache and he started taking sips of water from his water bottle. That was the first thing which helped him in relieving his headache. Second, जब गाड़ी जो है एक तरफ से चढ़ी दूसरी तरफ हिल के नीचे उतर रही थी तो थोड़ी लोअर ऑल्टीट्यूड पे आ गई, उससे भी उन्हें रिलीफ मिला अपनी हेडेक में. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. What do you know about the formation of, this is also important, simple है पर important है, about the formation of salt lakes from the travelogue. The salt lakes were dry. The entire plateau had many flat lands and brackish waters. We have done this in our lecture earlier. Brackish means salty water. These waters were remnants of the Tethys Ocean. This ocean surrounded Tibet before the Great Continental Collision. तो जब कॉन्टिनेंट्स जो हैं वो फॉर्म हुए उससे पहले तिब्बत के आसपास बहुत सारा पानी था. वो पानी जो है खत्म हो गया वहां से और ये जो लैंड मासेस हैं वो इकट्ठे हो गए और इन्होंने जो है एशिया का, इंडिया का, यहाँ से नेपाल का, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सबका शेप ले लिया. तो जो ओशन तिब्बत के पास था ओरिजिनली वो हट गया वहां से, लेकिन कुछ कुछ जगहों पर उस ओशन के पानी जो है वो रह गया और वो जो है सॉल्टी लेक्स के फॉर्म में अभी भी वहां पर बहुत जगहों पर दिखते हैं. Describe, I told you earlier also, most important question. Earlier in our earlier answers I have discussed Hor, but in a brief way. Now we are discussing it in detail. Describe Hor as per the travelogue. The town of Hor is situated on the bank of Lake Mansarovar. The author found the town to be a dull and isolated place. It had no vegetation at all. There was only dust on roads. The rocky town had heaps of garbage lying everywhere. It was dusty, it was rocky, it had only garbage everywhere. There were very few inhabitants. बहुत ही कम लोग रहते थे. The cafe and houses were in very bad condition. एक ही कैफे था और जो बाकी घर भी थे बहुत ही पुअर कंडीशन में थे. The author found Hor quite opposite to what he had read and expected about it. जो उसके बारे में पढ़ के आए थे या जो उसके बारे में इमेजिन करके आए थे उसका बिल्कुल ही ऑपोजिट था ये टाउन. Okay. Now the last simple question. Why is Lake Mansarovar Tibet's most venerated stretch of water, Tibet's most respected or holy stretch of water? Mansarovar is considered Tibet's most venerated stretch of water as it is considered the source of origination of India's four great rivers, the Indus, the Ganges, the Brahmaputra and the Satluj. चार rivers जो main biggest rivers हैं इंडिया की, ऐसा माना जाता है कि इसी लेक से originate होती हैं, इसीलिए बहुत ज़्यादा होली माना जाता है ये. Only Satluj originates from the lake. The remaining rivers originate from the sides of माउंट कैलाश. एक्चुअली में सिर्फ सतलुज रिवर है जो इस लेक से ओरिजिनेट होती है और बाकी जो सारी रिवर्स हैं वो माउंट कैलाश से ओरिजिनेट होती हैं. इसीलिए ये वाला जो रिवर है बहुत ज़्यादा होली माना जाता है, बहुत ज़्यादा स्पिरिचुअल माना जाता है एंड बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंस है इसकी इन द हिंदू एंड द बुद्धिस्ट माइथोलॉजीज. फाइन. It is of great importance to the Hindus, Buddhists, and Jain religions. Religious importance भी है. Okay. So that's all for the question answers of this particular chapter. Keep studying, keep revising, and do watch the other lectures for more information on various other topics related to class 11. Till then, keep watching, keep enjoying. Bye bye.